Hey everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play. We're right where we left off, and I pretty much have the solution, so I'm good to go. So we're gonna see here, and yeah, I keep forgetting that sometimes my Xbox 360 controller kind of does this weird thing. That's not me doing that on purpose. Literally, I'm not touching the controller, but sometimes my character, and it's in any game, my character will sometimes just spin around or do something weird. I think it might just be that my controller's old or something like that, but it's no big deal, except when it becomes a big deal. So, anyway, hope everybody's doing well, and we're gonna move on. Do you guys ever just have a how do I say it? A random moment of nostalgia? And by that I mean you just randomly think of something that you you hadn't seen in years, whether it's a TV show or a movie or something like that, and you just think about it, and you're just like, man, now I wanna watch it again. Maybe that's not so random. Maybe that is what nostalgia is. Duh. So anyway, that just happened to me. But I guess what was interesting to me about it was that it just seemed like it came out of nowhere. Like I feel like I had no rhyme or reason to think about this. Whereas with other moments of nostalgia, I'm just kind of, somebody reminds me of something, or I see something on TV that reminds me of a particular childhood experience or TV show or something like that. So, but this is not even that long ago. Paranoia Agent. There you go. For those of you that are into anime. See, I used to be into anime, and it's not that I dislike anime now, although it's weird as hell. It is. So I'm supposed to do what here? Okay. There's a design of the sun and the moon. On the plate it says, sunshine will awaken me. Okay, so you're supposed to press the buttons that correspond to the sun at the top, and the sun looked like it had a little heart symbol, so we're going to hit these two buttons here, front and back. And there you go. Okay, that's mask. Is that mask number 2? I think so. I think we might be, yeah, I believe we're halfway through this. Okay. So anyway, I have absolutely no idea why I just randomly thought of Paranoia Agent. I remember this was back when I was in college, when it came out. It's a pretty short anime too. It's like 13 episodes or something like that. And I just randomly thought of it, and I said, this is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my life. And that's saying a lot because it's anime, and we all know how loopy anime can be. But Paranoia Agent, and I never saw the whole thing. I saw maybe the first 4 or 5 episodes. I barely remember it, but then just the other day, bam, thinking about it. And for some reason, I remember the intro song to it. It's like a really weird song, and but it just struck me because I'm like, why would I think of that of all things? Because it's not like it's actually been several years since I've stopped watching anime. And like I said, it wasn't because I started to dislike it. It was just that I didn't have time for it. You know me, and I always say this. I'm always very selective in terms of what shows I watch because it's a big time investment, and I always like to be conscientious of how much time I'm watching TV, because I'm the kind of person where I'm just like, if I have a choice between watching TV and playing a video game, or watching TV and reading something, I'm always going to choose the latter. Lord knows why. All right. So, I saw Paranoia Agent. I was in the anime club in my school just for a semester, because then my class schedule conflicted with when the anime club would meet, so it was just kind of a one-time thing for me. So that was one of the shows that we watched. I mean, we watched a lot of shows. We were a very ambitious group, which was pretty nice. So we watched Paranoia Agent a little bit. We watched Full Metal. That's where I first got introduced to a lot of shows like Naruto, Full Metal Alchemist, Full Metal Panic. I remember, yeah, those two shows at the same time. Full Metal Alchemist, Full Metal Panic, and you would think they were similar, you would think they're related, but they're not only are they unrelated to each other, but they're completely the opposite in terms of sentiment. Full Metal Jacket is like kind of a little depressing sometimes, and Full Metal Panic was a little more upbeat, lighthearted, I think. I mean, I barely remember these. The only show that I kind of still, not that I watch, but I sort of have a not so vague memory of it is Naruto, because it became popular over here. I mean, did I say Full Metal Jacket? Oh shit, I meant Full Metal Alchemist. Sorry, Full Metal Jacket. Oh god, that's definitely not an anime, is it? It's not. Whoops. So Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist came here too. There were some shows we watched that just never, as far as I know, never got that lovely dub, and never was shown on Toonami. That's like the only channel. Cartoon Network is like the only channel that I have that has anime. I don't know. Feel very deprived here. But before that, I would watch the bigger animes like, Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon. I did watch a little Pokemon too, but I wasn't crazy into it. And I played some of the games, but I really wasn't all that hardcore in it. Like, I would just play it just for fun, but I was never like, oh, okay, that's a ground type Pokemon, so I need to pick such and such type. Like, I don't have time for that, maybe if I were a little younger, it would be kind of, that probably would be something I would be into, but I just missed the boat on that. So, who knows? All right. So I'm going to take that, because now I'm ready to get the bazooka. They call it grenade launcher in here, don't they? Because they called it bazooka in the original game. And for the life of me, I really am not sure what to expect here, so I'm hoping to God these 2 shotgun shells are enough. We'll see. Okay. So like I said, I have a decent amount of handgun ammo, which is good. So that's kind of nice. I've always complained about the lack of ammo that I have in the first game. Oh god, help me. By the way, so I'll take the dagger. Oh crap. I'm noticing now, and it'll be interesting to go back and play the remake, the non-HD remake, but it will be interesting to compare, because it looks like Jill's eyes are kind of, what's the word, squinty, hoodie, like her eyelids are a little lower. Maybe that's to give her face more expression, but I don't know. I don't think she did that in the remake. I feel like her facial expressions were slightly different, so maybe they were giving her more definition. So it'll be interesting, and I'm sure somebody's done this already, kind of a side-by-side comparison. I'm sure they did it more for the graphics, like comparing the graphics for the non-HD remake versus the HD remake, but I want to see specifically for her expressions. I want to see if they went out of their way to change it a little bit, to kind of modify it. Alright, so now I have the grenade launcher, which is good, but once again, I'm out of space, which is nice. So anyway, Paranoia Agent. If you guys have not seen it, get ready for a mind trip. It's only 13 episodes long, if I'm not mistaken. I remember it being short, but I didn't even see the whole thing myself. And I just remember saying, I'm not high, and I think I need to be high to watch this, because this is outside of any concept I can fathom. It's really weird. Paranoia Agent was one of those shows. Another show that was kind of, it didn't feel like, oh, somebody was high writing this, but it felt like, wow, I need to be really, 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 really paying a lot of attention, is this anime called Serial Experiments Lane. I think I might have spoken about this before, but that's another short anime. That one I saw all the episodes for that one. And as far as I know, I don't remember ever hearing it being on American television. But I remember first hearing about it in, I used to get a game magazine, I forget the name of it, but it wasn't just about games. They would talk about anime too, a little bit. Their focus was games.
Richard! What happened? You're wounded.
This whole place is a killing zone. There are monsters.
What did this to you?
A
Oh.
big snake. And it had to be poisonous.
Poisonous? Richard, hold on.
Bring me serum. I saw some, but didn't bring any.
I'll go and get it, okay? You're gonna make it.
Thanks.
So this is one of those moments that I was talking about where the game at least very strongly encourages you to go to the other save room because that's where the serum is. So I'm gonna go and grab it, and I'm pretty sure, but correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure that getting the serum back to Richard is a timed event. I want to say that if you take too long to get the serum back to him, he'll die, and I wouldn't advise. Oh shoot. Okay, I guess what I did caused the game to get really confused, which is why you saw that little slowdown there. It wasn't an error with the capture card, it was. And I went through the wrong door because that's how I roll. I hope the zombie's not right next to me again. Okay. Oh shoot. I really hope I didn't. I think I just downed him. Like I said before, that's definitely one zombie I don't want to kill. I don't want to deal with him as a Crimson Head. So I'm really hoping I didn't kill him there. What? Okay, I think they purposefully spawned some zombies. Oh, come on. Shaman. They purposefully spawned zombies because you needed to come here. Well, if that's not survival horror, if that's not a staple of survival horror, then I don't know what is. It just has to be. And speaking of survival horror, I have this desire, like this, yeah, desire, I guess is the right word. I love playing survival horror games from the mid to late 90s. And up until recently, I didn't even realize how many there were. Somebody would ask me, oh, what survival games were in existence, say about 1998, 1999, and I would say, well, Resident Evil 2, Silent Hill, and that was it. But there's so many other ones which are really, really awesome, and some that are really bad, but they're still awesome to play. Like, for example, there's a game that I bought called D. That's it, just the letter D. That's the name of it. I'm pretty sure some of you guys have heard of it. If you guys had read game magazines from the mid and late 90s, you know exactly what D is about. You've heard of D, let's just put it that way. Okay, and I'm thankful that zombie is not dead. So that's good. What am I doing? Alright. Sometimes, like, I feel like she sticks to something like a magnet. But D is this interesting game, PlayStation game, and I think it came out before this one. It was sort of point and click-ish, really. It's kind of like a point and click, a little bit. It reminds me of what does it remind me of? I can't describe it. But the interesting premise about that game is it's a 2-hour long game. And
Here, Richard. I'm gonna
excellent.
give you a shot. Hang in there.
Looks like I'm on time, which is great. And I always recommend.
Here's my radio. Take it. I'm... Does it ever not hurt?
So this guy definitely got an upgrade in terms of his voice actor.
I'm okay. The others...
Okay. So unlike the director's cut where he dies no matter what. Spoilers, sorry. He dies no matter what, but the difference is if you get to him in time, he'll give you the radio, and that's it. That's all you get from him. But here I definitely recommend getting back to him on time because you'll see soon enough. All right. So what have I got here? Okay. So there's a couple things I need to take care of very quickly. First and foremost, the usual, clearing out items. But anyway, okay, let's go back to Serial Experiments Lane. So I talked about Paranoia Agent. Oh, I didn't talk about what it was about. Basically, not to spoil anything. Not that I can spoil anything because I don't know how it ends. But it's just all I remember is that there's this girl, like this lady. She's actually a woman, but she seems very young. And apparently she made this stuffed animal that became very popular, I guess, in Japan. I'm assuming that's where this story takes place. And then she one day gets attacked by somebody with a baseball bat. That's all I remember. But then I remember it got so bizarre, but I can't remember why it was bizarre. So anyway, Serial Experiments Lane, on the other hand, feels like, and that one I haven't seen in a long time. I have it on VHS tape. Like, that's how long it's been since I've seen it. But it was, who the hell knows? It reminded me of The Matrix a little bit, the story. I definitely recommend watching it. But oh yeah, what I was saying was that I first heard about it in a game magazine that also has, like, 1 or 2 pages of anime, and the person obviously really liked it. They really liked Serial Experiments Lane. They're like, you have to watch it. And of course, when somebody says you have to watch something, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna watch it. At least back then. Now I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna need a little more than that, But anyway, and speaking of game magazines, that's where I first heard of D. This survival horror game came out like 95 or something, and I won't spoil what it's about. The storyline is completely stupid, but it was an interesting premise. Basically, the idea was that the game is 2 hours long. That's it. If you take longer than 2 hours to beat the game, you're done. It's game over. And you can't pause the game. And I do want to do a let's play of it, so I'm trying to think about how I'm going to do that, but maybe it'll be I don't want to do a 2-hour video. Okay, anyway, I'm talking too much about technical issues. That's not fun. But definitely D is very interesting, and apparently did have a sequel, but it wasn't as good. But it was let me just say point and click. That might be the wrong term, but you'll get the idea. You get the idea of it. But definitely an interesting premise. But I really am taken aback by how many survival horror games there were, even in just that era. Obviously you have the juggernauts, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, but then you have others, like Clock Tower is another one. I played the first Clock Tower a little bit. I never beat it because I got stuck and I was not sure what to do. And that's a fun game. That is a good game. It's a shame that it didn't come out in the US. Some fan came out with an English translation of it. That's how I was able to understand what was going on, because I saw people play that version. But it was definitely pretty interesting. Oh god damn it. And I knew he was there too. I was just way too slow to react. Okay. So there we go. That's what I needed. That was a missing. You saw in I think it was the previous video, you saw that I was missing a sheet. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to push this back because I know this guy's going to come back and I don't want him running out the door. Roar, Like, that's scary. I don't want that. And I know this other zombie's down here, and I'm debating whether to burn him, but you know what? I'm just going to take my chances with him, because I just need to come back here one more time, really. So now that I have this, the music is, I can now use the piano in that room and continue on. So I don't know if maybe I'll try to get back into the anime scene. I don't know. Would I ever do cosplay? No. Not because it doesn't sound like fun, because it sounds awesome, but it's just, I don't know who I would dress up as. I think the only person that I would do a cosplay of, and it would be a video game character, would be Sheva Alomar. She's the only character, fictional character that I know of that I have somewhat of a resemblance to. So there you go. And it doesn't hurt, and I'm talking about her regular outfit. I'm not doing, she has some crazy ass outfit. Like, I'm not doing that tribal shit. Like, no, that's not happening. No, but her regular outfit, which was just like this purple sort of cami, like green pants and then boots. Like, that's easy. I can do that. I can fit that into my schedule. But it does sound like fun, though. It does sound like fun. And I think one thing that I have on my bucket list is to go to a Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, one of these days. It's always around September, October, something like that. So maybe one of these years I'll get to it. So I'm out of space, but that's fine. I can still work with this, so I'm good. All right. So slowly but surely, I'm gonna make my way to the area over here, and I'm hoping there's no Crimson Heads. I'm hoping there's no Crimson Heads here. Alright. So, I'm gonna go ahead and come over here. I think I'm just about out of time for this video, but I'll be back with more Resident Evil HD action very shortly. Alright, later.